tutorial devices. We're live. We're live on the Book of Face, and we are live on the Tube of You. And it being 11 o'clock, apparently we are on. I think.
Oh, there we are. Yes, we have arrived.
Everything just seems to have gone very strange here and blinking. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Marvellous. Sorry about that.
Yes, we're here.
So, yes, it's 11 o'clock, which can mean only one thing.
It's Elevensies.
It's Elevensies with Lisa and Anton. Good morning to you.
Our
Good
wonderful
morning
show.
Oh, look, I got a notification from YouTube now that we're live. Ooh.
We have 2 people watching.
Well, that's good. And if you're watching on the Tube Review, say hi. We'd like to hear from you. So it's Wednesday, which means it's...
Witchy Wednesday.
Witchy Wednesdays. Which way Wednesday? Which is
which? Way Wednesday, and I got my Rockin' the Witch thing t-shirt.
You're rocking the witch thing
Rockin'
going
the
on,
Witch
so
thing.
there you go.
So that's funny in a couple of ways, because I love rock, like singing.
She does, actually.
And I love crystals.
For those of you that don't
And I'm a
know,
witch, so I'm rocking the witch thing, and I'm happy with that. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Good morning, Gilda. Thank you for joining us. Good morning, good morning. I hope you're well. Bore dar, as they say in Wales. Yes.
So communication. Wednesdays are Mercury days.
Absolutely, yes.
And,
in French, Wednesday is Mercredi, if I can even say it, because my French is terrible. Yeah. Absolutely awful. I haven't really done it since school, and that was a long time ago.
All right.
In a galaxy far away.
We thought maybe today Good morning, Carol. Good morning, Nessa. We thought maybe today we'd talk a little bit about... Hi, Christine. Julie, Jules. Oh, they're all coming on now. We thought we'd talk a little bit about spirit communication today,
Oh!
Because it's communication.
Spirit? Yes, you did, sir. All over the
floor. So, the first thing I'm going to say is people call the shop a lot, and they want a job reading at the shop.
Do they?
They do. And,
okay.
Well, right now we have 13 readers, so I don't really have space for another reader.
True.
But I am looking for an evidentiary medium. And when people say, what is that? Then I know that's not what they are, because they know what that was if they were. So basically that means somebody who has perfected speaking to spirit. Right. Hi, Patty. Good morning.
Or at least listening to spirit, if not
Listening
necessarily
to spirit.
speaking.
Right. Well, being able to petition,
understand
question,
the language.
listen, understand. Yes. So there's definitely a language. So the difference between a regular medium, which there's nothing wrong with, and an evidentiary medium is the evidentiary medium would be able to
name names,
petition the spirit back. Like Lori, who's still out on medical leave.
Morning, Aaron. Morning, Pam.
Is an awesome evidentiary medium. Hi, Alicia. Where, somebody come in her room who's named Robin, and she would say, oh, hi, Shelley, your name is Robin, but your dad called you Boopy, something that's so far removed from Robin.
You couldn't possibly know that.
Yeah, and then the person would just get chills or go white or whatever, and Lori would know for sure that she had that spirit. So we would get requests over and over again for medium readings, and I'm what they call a clairaudient psychic.
I know what that means.
So I hear things, like some people see things, they're clairvoyant. Some people are more empathic or intuitive, clairsentient.
They know things.
And some people see things, clairvoyant. And I'm what they call clairaudient. So I will get messages. Hi, Chris. But they're more like a download.
Right.
So for me, it's more like a whole paragraph comes in. It's not like...
Sort that out if you can.
Yeah. It's not like, when you go up to the stove, it's not like a little voice in your head says, oh, don't touch the flame, it's hot. It's understood. So I'm not necessarily evidentiary medium, and I thought, well, I'll perfect this, right?
How do you perfect that?
Well, I started by doing that tea party, remember?
Oh, I do remember, actually. That was quite an interesting tale.
Right.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Well, tell people. You can't just leave it hanging there. You're going to have to actually tell people what went on.
Okay.
This was weird.
So we had a little... Before we had so much stock that we had all the cases in the front room, we held the witches' tea party there. Because we held the witches' tea party on the same night as Reiki, so that people who are waiting for their treatment could participate in the tea party, and then they'd go out to the annex. But now we don't have the room, so they have to be on 2 different nights. But anyway, so I had the table set up. It could seat about 10 people. And I just did...
You definitely don't have the room.
No. I build it as I'm experimenting, so I can't guarantee you're going to get anything. But it was free, so people came by. And I remember this, maybe it was like the 3rd night when I realized, yeah, this is not what I want to do.
Oh, you wouldn't tell.
So I got like an Army veteran guy with a message. And the idea was I was, I didn't know who the message was going to belong to that was there.
Right.
So one of the people said, oh, I know who that is. And yes, that name fits or whatever. And they got their message. Then I got Andre the Giant. The guy from The Princess Bride, the wrestler. And I thought, this is odd.
Inconceivable.
But he just kind of, I could feel his presence, very large, obviously. And I said what he had to say, and this little girl at the end of the table said, that's for me. And I said, honey, why do you think that's for you? And she said, because my grandparents owned a dry cleaners in the city, and my grandmother was his tailor. Made his clothes.
How wild is that? So
that freaked me out a little bit. And that night, and that night, we locked everything up and we went upstairs to the apartment. We locked the apartment door, and I think we were having wine and cheese.
It's customary.
Watch something on TV, about 10 o'clock. So we made our little cheese board, and we go into the living room, and we shut that door because we had a cat sequestered in there.
Yes.
And we heard on the apartment door. And Anton said,
you locked somebody in.
Did you lock somebody in the store? Was somebody in the bathroom or something? And I said, I don't think so. But he went and checked, and of course
there's
nobody there. So it's not really my thing, although sometimes they will come through because they see the opportunity, and you wanted to talk about that.
Because it's really weird. I mean, I don't profess to do this at all, but sometimes people are so insistent on getting a message through or whatever.
And the purple room speaks, the walls
the walls talk. The walls talk. They'll literally just jump in. And okay, so they've just done the remake of Coming to America, haven't they? But do you remember when he was out in the stadium and he was buying hot dogs and he was all in his mufti in the first film, and somebody recognised him as from Zamunda and came over. He's, my prince from Zamunda. He's like, what? It's exactly the same thing. If you are open to this, it's like you speak the rarest language in the world, and let's say you've been integrated into this great melting pot of America for I don't know how long, and you speak American, this is your culture, this is your thing, this is all you do, or speak English, I suppose. But you stub your toe and you swear in your native super rare language, and somebody hears it and goes, you speak my language, and they're going to come straight at you. And when they recognize, like Spirit sees a portal and really wants to get through there, it can be quite insistent. But
it's true, though.
It's good either.
I mean, look how excited Christopher was when he found somebody in Vermont that spoke
Welsh.
Anglesey Welsh.
Well, Anglesey, his particular dialect. Yes, his dialect. Yeah, because they're a bit odd.
So yeah, I think that if you are open to it and they recognize that you can hear them, they're going to speak through you. Especially if they see their chance. If they see their chance to get a message to one of their loved ones. So they are going to kind of speak through you then. I've had some interesting things, like I'm not all that visual. So sometimes if I get pressed, I remember I had a girl in my room. She's like, oh, what does he look like? Oh, what does my boyfriend look like? What does he look like? What does he look like? And I said, I have no idea, but his name is Jason. And she said, his name is Jason. So Spirit will sometimes help you to validate a reading too,
Erin says, people are following us along. I got to chime in here, sorry. But Erin says, I once had a woman scream at me in Spanish. I don't speak Spanish.
Yeah. So you can see why the spirit would be frustrated most of the time and then jump on talking to you. And I do, in the beginning of my readings, I get a word from spirit. But that's an interesting process too, because then the word needs to be broken apart, broken down, and understood, right? So I might get a word like, I don't know.
Lemon.
No, I'm trying to think of.
That's an object.
I can't. I could just go to blank because I'm not in a reading. But it'll be like okay, detour. That I remember
Detour.
that one.
All right.
So if I get a word like detour, it's not that spirit is telling this person they're going to be all thrown off course and everything sucks. They're more like saying, look, take time, take the long way. If you just get on the highway and go 100 miles an hour, you're not going to see anything.
You don't see anything, do you?
So take the short. The little shortcut, take the long road, off the highway there.
Beautiful.
Angela says, I once had spirit sing the fastest milkman in the West. Okay, that's fine. I've had a Frank Sinatra song come into my head for somebody too. But anyway, so you have to kind of take the word and...
He drove the fastest milk cart in the West. I know that song.
See, he speaks your language, Angela.
It's with 2-ton Ted from Toddington who drove the baker's van. Yeah.
All right. So just remember, people,
there's a
Witchy Wednesday.
Yeah, and do you know what's going on tonight?
Oh, tonight
we have something cool.
Our Facebook Live give back free readings.
Yes,
we pull cards for people, but remember it's public.
Yep. So yeah, if you don't want your question answered in public, don't answer it.
And then she found out the spirit was indeed a milkman.
Of course.
All right. So it's Witchy Wednesday. Where there's a witch, there's a way.
Where there's a witch, there's a way. Absolutely.
And the card for today is...
I can't see it. Oh, the Knight of Wands. Oh, you know what? I've got to speak about this one.
All right. I'm just going to say,
you go first.
For me, I'm going to say today's going to be filled with a wonderful message. Don't miss it.
All right. So
messages from spirit. Don't miss the message.
Don't miss the message. Yeah, knights are messengers, without doubt. I mean, that's what they do. They champion causes and they're messengers and all that. But there's something really, really key on this. And I think there's only 3 cards in the deck that have these 3 pyramids on it. Whenever I get this card where I pull it, this usually indicates that the querent, the person I'm talking to, is an old soul. And that's a real dead giveaway. So that old soul, we only occupy this frame for a short while, which is, but our spirit, excuse me, I don't want to communicate anymore. Our souls are like eternal, I guess, is probably the best way to try and say that. And things get a bit blurred because we're all everything, and everything is one.
So today's reading
is communication, messages from spirit. Definitely about messages from spirit today. So this is really cool. And now we've got wind chimes ringing in the house for no particular reason. Okay, this is interesting.
All right, messages from spirit. Don't miss them.
This could be a good day today.
We'll see you later.
Yes. Okay, thank you for watching. We're way over to time, but it's weird.
God.
We love you guys. Like, comment, subscribe.